Hello. How are you doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just going to give a moment for things to kick off here. Give people a moment to tune in. Starting a minute or two early. All right. How's your Tuesday going? I got to say, it does not feel like a Tuesday to me. I don't know what it is, but I'm uh I've been I've been pretty busy like the past couple of days. Feels like a Thursday. Like it feels like that's the part of the week that I'm in. All right, I think we can go ahead and jump in. So I'm doing a series over the past few days of live streams in the lead up to tomorrow. We're going to be launching a audience building course. Very excited about that, and and so leading up to it, I wanted to take you behind the scenes and show you some of the things that we were doing to make the videos more engaging. And then today, I thought it would be great to focus on how we actually build the the course inside of Podia. So I'm going to take you into that. So thank you so much for tuning in. That was a little bit of a context, but I'm going to actually start the video here. So here we go. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Ben Tolson from Podia, and today I wanted to show you how we build an online course inside of Podia. Today is February 28th, so tomorrow, March 1st, we are launching a brand new online course about audience building. It's called Get Noticed, and we're very excited. We had a lot of Podia creators, really successful Podia creators, talk with us and share their insights. And so this online course is a collection of their experience and their advice. You'll actually be hearing from some of the the creators themselves, and we also have some really great examples, some real examples of content and audience building techniques that are being used. And this is kind of, we're taking an unconventional approach to the idea of audience building. We're doing some myth busting, really trying to make it as actionable as possible. And so we're really excited to get to share that with you. And that's going to launch tomorrow. And the best way for you to be in the loop about that is to be a part of our Podia creator community. It's a free online community where you can join other Podia, other creators. You don't even have to have a Podia account, but you can join other creators and have folks that you can ask questions, share your insights with, and just be with you on your creator journey. So you can check that out at podia.com/creator-community, and you'll hear about when we launch the course and exactly how you can get access to it in there. So over the past few days, I've been taking you behind the scenes of some of the things that we've been doing with the online course videos to make them more engaging. I walked folks through how to make character animations. Even if you're not an animator, like I am not, I showed you how to make fancy captions inside of a program that we use called Descript. And I also showed you how you can animate text slides in Canva. These are all things that we used in our videos just to make them a little bit more engaging, to make them more interesting, to make the course taking experience more enjoyable. And so today we're going to shift gears a little bit, and I wanted to show you the process of building an online course inside of Podia. And I'm actually going to show you with this audience building course. So I'm going to switch over real quick. So you should be able to see now. There you go. You should be able to see this is the dashboard, the Podia account dashboard. And this is actually inside the Get Noticed online course, I've already started building it. So when you first set up a product, I'll you can either come over here to products, or you will click a button that says Start New, and it gives you the option of different types of products that you can sell inside of Podia. You can sell online courses, webinars, coaching, and you type in your product name and you continue, and it'll take you through all of the details. So for the online course, it asks for details about the name, an image if you want to upload that, description. It asks you for information about pricing. And then once you've gotten it all set up, you come back here to this section, and this is where you can start to add your lessons and give your course some structure. And so what we really wanted to do in the beginning was to give folks a place to start. So we have this one section called Before You Begin. And inside this section, we have an introduction video just to help people orient and kind of build expectation for what they're going to experience in the course. You can add sections by clicking the new section button up at the top, or down here at the bottom. Before you have any sections, you'll also be able to see this button here to create a new section. So I've created so far 3 sections. There's this introductory section, and then I have all of module 1 ready to go. So tomorrow we are launching this online course. We are launching just module 1, and then in the following week, March 8th, we're going to release more of the course so that you can experience the rest of it. But for now, we've got module 1, and then we also have a section for additional resources. And this is just going to be at the end of the course, something that folks can check out and learn more about the creators who were sharing their insights in the course, and also a listing of resources that we've either talked about, or just some additional resources, some extended reading on the different themes that we cover in the course. All right, so this course is actually going to have a total of 5 modules. So what I'm going to do to start out is I'm going to go ahead and create the new sections, and I'm using a tool called Alfred, and it's something for the Mac that allows me to keep a lot of items in my clipboard history. So I have a document here that has all of the titles and everything listed, but these are also all in my clipboard history. Hopefully I did it correctly. So I'm going to go ahead and add the title for this first module. This is module 2, how to know people will love your work before you hit publish. I'm not going to include a description for now. I want to show you something really cool though. So down here at the bottom, there's this section called delay, and it gives you the option of having the section be available immediately. So what that means is that when somebody purchases or signs up for your course, if this is selected, that means they'll have access to that section right away without any delay. You can also, if you want to drip your course out, so if you want somebody to kind of pace themselves and have kind of a forced pacing of the course, you can select section is delayed, and you can set the number of days that you want that delayed. And what it'll also give you the option to do is to create an email notification once that section of the course becomes available. So that's really cool. I'm going to go ahead and just leave that as available immediately and click save. And that's going to take me back to the main section. And so you can see I've got this up here at the top is not where it belongs. So I can actually grab it and just drag it down and drop it where it's supposed to go. So now I want to include the module 2 lessons. I'm going to go ahead and click on new lesson and add file. Now I have full lessons for these, but because we're not going to make these available right away, I've got these placeholder videos that I'm going to include. And I'll just add those real quick. All right, and I want to go ahead and click on each of these and give them titles as well. So I'm going to do that. The audience growth step everyone skips but wishes they hadn't. This is actually one of my favorites. It's got a great worksheet that goes along with it too. That's going to be included in this module when we release it. There's lesson 2. And this is say exactly what your audience wants to hear without being a mind reader. Wouldn't that be great if we could read minds though? But this will have that effect. So like the idea is you're going to, with your titles, with your thumbnails, with the copy of your content, you'll be able to say things that make people feel like, oh wow, it's like they're reading my mind. Okay, so module 2 has 2 lessons in it, so now it's time to add another section for module 3. Module 3 is what it takes to make irresistible content. This is a really fun one because we get into a lot of really cool examples. So I'm going to save that. And do the same thing, drag this down where it's supposed to go. I'm going to add these lessons. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and update the titles for these as well. So this is lesson 3.1. Do I need whatever gear to make great content? That was one of the big questions I had when I was first starting out. And I got to say, like, I love my studio setup. That's going to be tomorrow's live stream. Is I'm actually going to take you behind the scenes and show you how I have my lighting set up and my cameras and my backdrop and what the space looks like, and if I hopefully can get it clean before then. And so, you know, like it's fun to be able to be really thoughtful and have the resources to put something together that looks really good and professional. But when you're just starting out, you don't need all of this stuff to make great content. And so we're kind of answering that question with that first lesson. Do I need great gear to make great content? And the second one in module 3, the 1-sentence test to make your content more interesting. It's a really fun one. That one has, like I said, a lot of cool examples. I don't know, this one might be my favorite. It's like up there. Finding your next irresistible angle. And in this one, we dive into a lot of examples kind of out in the wild of interesting ways people have set up their content. Just, you know, interesting angles, things that are kind of unexpected but delightful. And then lesson 4 of module 3, reach more people, real examples from 9 creators. And this one talks about how to get your content in front of more people once you hit publish. You know, if you post it on social media or whatever, maybe that's not the last stop. Maybe there are other things you can do to get it in front of more people. All right, so moving on, 2 more sections left, and this is, you know, we're like blazing right through this. I'm going to go ahead and put in the module 4 title, What It Takes to Grow. Save that. Oh, I keep on forgetting I need to move it into the correct section. There we go. And add the files for these. All right. And lesson 4.1 is you can grow without being consistent, but, and this is, I have a fun story to tell you. This isn't in the course, but because this happened just yesterday. I joined I joined my wife. She did a speaking engagement. She's an author, and she got to speak at a school. And we were talking to some of the students after. I don't know why one of them came up. I was just kind of like standing off to the side. One of them came up to me and was asking me questions about, like what it's like to be married to a famous author. Um, she really is like she's starting to do some really cool stuff. But I was talking to this student, and she she said something about, I'd really like to be a writer, but I have a really hard time being consistent. And I just like immediately in my head I was like, yeah, I mean, so many creators struggle with that. This this person is in 8th grade and already feeling that struggle of trying to be consistent. So we touch on that. We touch on the importance of consistency. And then going into lesson 4.2, consistency is hard. This makes it easier. And we're going to hear directly from creators about things that they do to help them be more consistent. So I'm looking forward to being able to share that one with y'all. All right, one more section. This is Module 5, How to Reach Your Audience No Matter What. And the no matter what part is sometimes social media platforms change their algorithm. Sometimes they change the types of mediums they favor. With Instagram, I've heard a lot of creators talk about how they used to be able to just post images, and it was really about the photos and the images. And lately, it's become much more reel heavy, and that's great for some creators who love that format, and that's not quite so great for creators who were used to the way it was before. So yeah, they change their algorithms. Sometimes they change their terms of service. Sometimes they go down. And every once in a while, social media platforms go away. Like, have you ever heard of a social media platform called MySpace? Yeah, if you haven't, um, it was it. I thought it was going to be around forever back in the day. So, what does it mean to own your audience? That's going to be in 5.1. 5.2. And I'll give you this is a spoiler, a little bit of a spoiler, but how you own your audience is by having your audience in a place that you control. And still today, an email list is one of the best ways to do that. And then on top of just owning your audience and having a little bit more control, there are just so many benefits to having an email list. So we talk about that. Even before we get to this section, though, so many of our creators talked about how important it was. So it was really cool just kind of leading up to that. They really foreshadow the importance of that a lot. All right, so I just need to put this in the correct spot, and that's done. Look at that. We got module 2, 3, 4, and 5 with the placeholder videos. They're each 6 seconds long. They're just a quick little. I'll show you actually. So when you're done, if you want to check out what it looks like, you can either come up to these 3 dots and you can view as a customer. I'll show you what that looks like. So you can see if I'm somebody who's purchased or signed up for the course and I'm in here, this is what I'll see. I see the full listing of all of the different modules and lessons, and I can click on one. Excuse me. Actually, I'm going to come down here. So I can click on one and it takes me into that lesson, and you can see here just plays a quick little thing. So very nice. I like it. So that's a little placeholder. I'm obviously going to be going through and replacing all of those with the actual lesson video. And but in the meantime, you've got all of module 1 that's going to be ready for you tomorrow. Oh, I'm so excited to share it with you. All right, so that is the customer view. You can also click on this and go into visitor view, and that takes you to a page where you can look at all the lessons and get access once enrollment is opened. And I did want to show you one more thing. I mentioned before how you can set a section to be available immediately or to delay access. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. And you do have some other options for individual lessons. So if you're wanting to do a similar kind of thing, if you're wanting to delay access or not give your customers access to every single lesson in your course right away, you can set the visibility for individual lessons within your course. And that's all the way down here at the bottom. You can also choose whether or not you want them to be able to preview them inside the store. And then once you're done, you can. This is actually okay. So this is a really great tip. One, it kind of helps you. It puts a little bit of a fire under you to get your course finished if you are just starting building it, and it's also a way to fund your course ahead of its launch. You can actually pre-launch your course, and it creates an email capture lander. So that means when you share your course link and people arrive on that landing page, they can't buy it right away, but they can sign up for it. And sorry, they actually can, excuse me, they can purchase it and sign up for it. And then once it's, and you can set a launch date, and once it's available, an email will go out to everyone who's signed up and let them know, hey, it's ready now. So that's really cool. And then you can also, of course, just publish it, which I'm not going to do. I feel nervous having the mouse hover over that. Yeah, so that is pretty much it. That's everything I wanted to walk you through at the moment. But anyways, this process is pretty straightforward. It's really easy. Excuse me. I want to go back and show you one more thing. I've only added videos, but we also have other types. You can add a variety of different types of files. If you have a coaching product and you want to include that as a part of your course, you can add that into your course. You can add and create quizzes. You can also embed things, and you can just add regular plain text. Now, we've done that for, I'm going to go ahead and click on the additional resources for Module 1. And this is a pretty basic list, but I'm going to show you with this text editor, you have quite a bit of flexibility. So the prompt says type / to format and insert. So if I do that, it gives me the option of inserting an image, a file. I can insert a button that links to somewhere. I can insert a line just to add a little bit of more formatting. And then I also have a lot of text formatting options. So, so this is pretty great. You can actually create a really great reading experience inside one of these text lessons for your course. All right. And then of course you can drag and move everything really easily. So I love the course building process. I also love the experience of for the folks who are taking the course, of going through the individual lessons. If you include information or worksheets or whatever, all of that shows up here. And they'll have, uh, they'll actually have a little thing here where they can mark their lesson as completed once they've finished. Um, Navigation arrows to go back and forth, but they also have this list on the side where they can jump around or jump back if they want to watch a lesson over again or get access to something else you've provided in your course. So it's a really great experience all around. All right. So that is going to do it for this video. Again, if you are interested in this audience building course and you want to check it out, it's also connected to we're doing at Podia a year of fellowships. And that means every month we are giving away $2,000 and other prizes to creators. And so for the month of March, it's connected to this online course. If you want to learn more about that, you can go to podia.com/creator-community. Being in there is probably the best way you can get access to the course right away and learn how to participate in the fellowship. And yeah, we're just really excited to get to share this with you and can't wait until tomorrow when we do. So thank you so much for tuning in. And I want to say hi real quick to Rose. Thank you for tuning in. Definitely take advantage of it. And if you're in the creator community, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to post a question. Everybody in there is super helpful. So anyways, thank you again for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.